Hey, what's going on, everybody? This video, we're going to be doing a book review of a bird life science book, and it's The Thing with Feathers, The Surprising Lives of Birds and What They Reveal About Being Human by Noah Strycker. And I felt this was a pretty good book. Basically, what he does is, in every chapter, he takes sort of some form of bird intelligence, whether that's memory or sort of like geolocation or self-reflection, cooperation, things of that nature. And he takes a particular species of bird that exemplifies that sort of intelligence, and he just goes in a really kind of big case study of that species of bird and how it demonstrates, this or that aspect of intelligence. And also he compares it to sort of human capacities in whatever field that is. Like, for example, when he does magpies, is it magpies? No, nuthatches, excuse me. When he does nuthatch memory, where they store literally thousands of little caches of food throughout the year, and they can remember, exactly how to get to them and all that stuff, months later, basically no matter where they are. And then he compares that to really impressive skills of human memory and see how they compare, and he sort of just analyzes both of them, and it's a really kind of interesting thing. The only complaints I have with the book, basically, is first, I love the setup. The only real problem is some of the chapters or some of the intelligences just were kind of blah for me. For example, there's a couple early ones, like the chapter on the sparrows and sort of their synchronization and how they move. Basically, that's why a whole flock of 10,000 sparrows can move all together instantly, almost, I guess you could say. And he kind of compares that to computer simulations and stuff, and I thought that was kind of whatever. And he also had another chapter on, I think, buzzards, and they're something, I don't know, I can't remember. That's how much I kind of just glossed over that one. Something about their smell and how they can sense things and stuff. Anyways, I thought so depending on the chapter, if you're not interested in sort of that intelligence or subject matter, it can kind of be kind of so-so or whatever. However, on the chapters I found interesting, they were really, really, really good. How brutal hummingbirds can be with each other, which I guess I never realized. That was a real interesting chapter. Even though we have hummingbirds sometimes, I've never actually seen more than one at a time, I guess, at the feeders or anything. So I didn't realize quite how territorial and how aggressive and brutal with each other they can be. There was some really good chapters on snow owls or snowy owls. That was really good. Some other ones, like I said, the nuthatch one I found was really impressive. Chicken pecking orders was actually really cool. And on some of them, for example, the chicken pecking orders, he gives you little activities to try yourself, and it kind of either shows sort of paradoxes or just demonstrations of our own abilities and things of that nature. I thought that was really cool, and how basically with the pecking order, even though you think you can rank something, say 8 or 9 different things, you rank them 1 to 9 from what your favorite is or least favorite, and how it still creates ties, and that kind of creates problem in societies and stuff. However, chickens avoid that with their own pecking order, and it was kind of strange at first, but it's really interesting to think about once you read it and do it. Thought that was really good. Definitely the big highlight of the book I thought was the last chapter on albatrosses, and pretty much how they're the most faithful bird species ever. Because even though a lot of species of bird mate for life, let's just say, even in some of the better cases doves and ravens and stuff, it is really not that good percentage wise, even though people think they just mate for life or mate for the whole season or whatever. Pretty much the albatross is the only one that literally can go decades without being losing fidelity to their partner. So I thought, anyways, but he kind of gets a little philosophical on that one just because it's the end of the book and he wants to I thought that chapter was really, really good. And albatrosses are just kind of cool if you guys have never studied them or looked them up. But anyways, like I said, depending on the chapter, it could be hit or miss, probably with a reader, depending on what they're interested in. But overall, I definitely enjoyed probably at least 3/4 of the chapters and the birds that were involved. Thought that was really cool. It's not super scientific. It's definitely more of a popular science book, which I don't mind because I studied some biology in college, but I left it. Let's just say that. But like I said, he's got, I think, about a dozen chapters, so it's really cool, and they're all over the place. It's not just like I said, there's some memory in like he does like parrot dancing and stuff, but then also sort of like art with the bowerbirds and stuff. So it's all kinds of intelligences, not just, you know, sort of the normal ones everyone thinks of. So yeah, overall I really enjoyed this book. Like I said, not super in deep on the science. It's definitely there, but it's definitely an easy read. And he does have some notes in the back of the book, which is really cool. Just because I don't know too much about a lot of these studies or a lot of these scientific things, basically, because that's not my field of study. Oh, also, in the comments, leave your favorite either type or species or kind of bird down in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you guys have for favorites. But yeah, overall, it was a nice, easy read. I felt like I learned a lot. So with that, I'm going to give The Thing with Feathers by Noah Strycker 4 out of 5 stars. And always remember, read victoriously.